Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today, we are going to be looking at the top 10 biggest animals in the world. Um, so yeah, I think this is going to be really fun. Another thing I want to say is me and my friends, we're starting a brand new channel called The Three Amigos. I know, weird name. One of my friends came up with it, and I had to go off it, so. And yeah, so just when it comes out, I'll put the link in the description. And yeah, so let's get into it.
Number 10. Paraceratherium. I think some of you were surprised when the elephant wasn't included.
They call a dinosaur an elephant. See, this is what I don't understand. How do they get dinosaurs that evolve into elephants like this? Paraceratherium. I don't care. How do they get that to turn into an elephant?
In the world's biggest animals. Well, today I'm giving you something even bigger than the elephant, and it's not the mammoth. I'm talking about the Paraceratherium, which holds the
So the Paraceratherium is bigger than an elf? What? I thought they'll be quite small or something. Yeah.
title of being the largest land mammal that has ever lived.
They look so weird.
They stood at a towering 7 meters tall, which makes them taller than modern-day giraffes, and they weighed between 33 and 44,000 pounds. This makes them almost 3 times heavier than the heaviest elephants we have today. Just like elephants, they were not an immediate threat to other animals or humans because they were herbivores. But with a size that big, I'm sure they were pretty intimidating, and they kept predators at a distance. It seems like they went extinct when the land.
Many people ask this question. How did these things go extinct? Scientists have proven that it was an asteroid. If I get any comments about this, I swear to God, I'm going to respond to you. Only one of you saying asteroid, asteroid, asteroid. Okay? Just want to say that. But they did get, it's scientifically proven that they did get hit by an asteroid, and that's what made them extinct.
Landscapes in Central Asia started to transform, making it hard for the Paraceratherium to find the means to survive. I do wonder what it would have been like to see one of these in the wild, but I'm sure we would have been able to spot them from very far away regardless. Number 9. The whale shark.
A whale shark. Whale shark. Whale shark. What? This doesn't make sense.
And here's one that we previously saw on the biggest animals in the world, as well as a few other of our lists, the whale shark. So let me refresh or introduce you to some facts about this impressive animal. First of all, the whale shark is the largest fish in the world. That's right, although its name implies otherwise, this animal is not a whale, but it is indeed a fish.
It's a fish. They call it a whale shark. Whale plus shark equals whale shark, and they call it a fish. Why? Why do you call it a fish when it is a whale shark?
The name is simply a reference to its massive size, and if you haven't seen one yet, you'd probably think.
Don't let ripe Avo become smashed Avo. Make the colour you love last. Prepare your paint job with Sally's.
Being able to express my personal style was really what attracts me to fashion. With my love of clothes and accessories, I have just always considered home and contents insurance essential.
Anyway.
Think it is a whale. They can reach a size of 14 meters long and can weigh up to 41,000 pounds. They're known for having long lives, and some of them make it to 150 years. With their enormous size, they could easily reign in the underwater world.
Just imagine, because no one has ever reached this age, just imagine a person that is at the age of 150. That would just be crazy. Like, oh my god. Yeah, that's alright.
especially when they move across the major oceans. However, despite the shark naming, they are filter feeders, which means that they mainly eat plankton and small fish that get caught in.
See, so whales eat plankton and small fish, and sharks eat big fish and small fish. So I get why they say it has a diet of a whale and a shark, but it's called a whale shark. It just makes sense.
Their big mouths. They are pretty friendly, and sometimes they can be spotted swimming with humans. Number 8. Leedsichthys. While the whale shark is the largest fish in today's world, it is not the largest fish in history. There's a fish that was larger, and that's the Leedsichthys. But it's actually not far from the size of whale sharks. Earlier estimates stated that a Leedsichthys could be about...
So, these Leedsichthys are bigger than whale sharks. What? That's crazy. I've never seen a fish that large. That's massive. Jeez.
27 meters long. However, later studies have shown that they might have only been around 16 meters long, which is still a bit bigger than the whale sharks, but just not for that much. Also, they were heavier, weighing about 43,000 pounds.
43,000 pounds. That is crazy heavy. Jeez. I wonder how they found them.
And just like the whale shark, the Leedsichthys was also a filter feeder, eating plankton, shrimp, jellyfish, and any small creature that got stuck in its mouth. I kinda wish we had the Leedsichthys today, but at least we still have the whale shark, which is pretty close enough. Number 7.
So the whale shark is still alive, but the Leedsichthys or whatever is not.
Kronosaurus. Who's the...
When you hear a word saurus, you automatically know it is a dinosaur. A dinosaur, sorry. So, yeah, it's just some people get this wrong in tests and stuff. Like when you're young, it says, "What does something saurus?" and they underline the saurus, like highlight it, mean. And then some people say, "Oh, is it some sort of jellyfish?" No, it's a dinosaur.
The king of the jungle. That's right, the lion. And who's the
Lion.
king of underwater? Actually, that's kind of a debatable subject. Let's move on from that one. The animal I have here, though, considered once as the largest pilosaur ever, is believed to have ruled at the top of the food chain. The Kronosaurus.
I love these voices. The top of the food chain.
Named after the Greek god Cronus, who ate his own children. Was a very intimidating predator. It could be about 10 meters tall and weighed something between 30 to 40,000 pounds. It would prey on all sorts of creatures, including fish, squids, and even other pilosaurs and ichthyosaurs. With such an intimidating reputation and a name, I'm sure the Kronosaurus didn't have to worry about other animals out there. Number 6. Titanoboa. You might remember the anaconda and the python as the largest snakes in the world.
Titanoboa are very, very dangerous. If you see a snake like this, call snake protectors and just stay calm and run. Don't run.
Today, but these two are so small compared to their very large ancestor, the Titanoboa. This big snake, which could be as long as a school bus, lived in the South American rainforest about 60 million years ago. With about 13 meters of length, the snake was not just long, but it was also quite wide, to the point that it would have to squeeze into your door frame if it came to find you in your house today. It's estimated that this big snake weighed about 2,500 pounds, which makes it half as heavy as a giraffe. So don't think you could have just picked up this snake.
The heavy boy, a heavy giraffe is around, I don't know, 700 kilograms?
They can take it home as a pet or toss it away like some people do when they find snakes in the wild. This snake was pretty much like any other big animal today, and it was better to leave them alone.
Yeah.
Number
when I say stay away, just leave them alone. Leave them be. Let them do what they want. Otherwise, you're gonna die.
Number 5. The Megalodon. And here's
This is simple one. The Megalodon. Everyone knows the Megalodon. If you haven't seen the movie The Meg, that is based around the Megalodon, you should see it. If you age appropriately.
another one from our previous videos, the Megalodon, the largest shark ever and the protagonist of a poorly rated movie franchise.
Yeah.
Just like many other prehistoric creatures, the name of this animal comes from the Greek and the meaning is big.
Your best vacation is inside World of Tanks. Swimming pool with friends.
Big tooth. I guess they
Alright.
for creatures, the name of this animal comes from the Greek and the meaning is big tooth. I guess that gives you an idea of how big and wide its jaw.
So the Megalodon was based off a Greek name that means big. So, Lodon in Greek means big.
Jaws really are. Not only was it the largest shark in the world, but it's also one of the largest vertebrate predators ever. How intimidating can that be? Just think about this, the white shark, which is the current largest shark in the world today that's carnivorous. It can grow as long as 20 feet long and weigh as much as 7,000 pounds. However, the Megalodon was easily 3 times bigger,
So, as you saw then, I'll go back.
1,000 pounds. However, the Megalodon
He's used his nose. Here. What is exactly is happening is the Megalodon, his nose is a spear. In some ways that people would say. So, he gets it that prey. He goes up, lets it fly. Alright. Sorry. And he lets it drop into his mouth.
was easily 3 times bigger in size and could be 15 times heavier than its modern-day relatives. With such a large size and a predator instinct, this animal was likely at the top of its food chain and it probably fed from dolphins and maybe even whales. The animal went extinct more than
Hold on.
it probably fed from dolphins and maybe even whales. The animal went extinct
The amount of teeth this guy has. 1, 2, 3 rows, 2 and 1 at the top. That's 4 rows worth of teeth. Why? Don't ask me. Ask the guy who created this video. Not this video, the video I'm watching. But yeah, that's incredible.
more than 1 million years ago, but some people like to think that the Megalodon is still out there in the deep ocean or the Mariana Trench or something like that.
I get that. I mean, there's no proof that the Megalodon's extinct. People just say that as a rumor. People say going around, oh, the Megalodon's extinct. It's gone, nothing to worry about. But as you heard, it could just be roaming around where it wants, away from humans because of, I don't know, maybe it got threatened by a human so much that he just had to leave.
I guess Hollywood has really put some crazy ideas in our heads, or maybe they know something that we don't. Maybe I'd stay away from the deep waters either way. Number 4. The Spinosaurus. Films have made a really great job of bringing awareness of prehistoric animals. For that reason, thanks to movies like Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, we know a bit more about dinosaurs and other animals that are
It's like a T-Rex, but more aggressive.
exaggerated. We at least learn the names and some interesting characteristics of these species. That's the case of the Spinosaurus, a dinosaur that you probably remember from the Jurassic Park movies from the 90s. They were the largest carnivore dinosaurs on Earth. They could be about 18 meters, and in fact, at 1.8 meters long, their head alone was the size of a human being. And those spines on their backs were about 2 meters high.
Look at that.
Even though they were so big, they didn't
Compared to, whatever that was, they're massive.
feed from any large animals. Their diet consisted of fish and sharks that they could eat with their serrated teeth. Their ability
So, they can eat fish and, sharks. And they fit them in their belly.
to swim made it easier for them to get the
I always think, I know this is really disgusting, so. How do we digest it? Like, does it just go down? Like,
This kind of food. Number 3.
they just pull it out.
Argentinosaurus. At this point,
I don't see how these things are dangerous. But this is big as animals. Yeah, this is very...
you've already learned about the largest mammal and largest dinosaur to ever dwell on the land. But there's another animal that lived on land that was even bigger than those two. It's the Argentinosaurus, which is known as the king of sauropods, which, let me remind you, are not dinosaurs. The Argentinosaurus was in fact not just large, but also the longest one to live on land. They could reach a height above 7 meters and weigh about 224,000 pounds. Even their eggs were bigger than the biggest eggs you've seen. They were almost as big as a coconut and weighed 5 pounds. It would take these animals about 40 years to reach adulthood, which gives them...
These things are pretty much defenseless against, you know, like, predators. They're herbivores. They can't eat meat. They only eat...
them plenty of time to gain those...
So they're a big threat to, like... They're, like... Yeah, many things could eat them.
200,000 pounds needed to be a healthy grown sauropod. It's estimated that their daily diet needed an intake of 100,000 calories, which is like eating 300 muffins in one single day. I guess that makes sense for an animal this big. Now it's time for the day's best pick. The picture I have today is one of people gathered around the head of a very large animal, something that looks like a crocodile. And today I want to present to you the largest aquatic reptile, which is actually bigger than a crocodile and significantly larger than almost every animal you've seen so far. Number 2. Shastasaurus. If you're into reptiles and exotic prehistoric animals, you've probably heard about the Liopleurodon. In fact, we've even mentioned it in our video about 10 animals that were scarier than dinosaurs. Some people have said that the Liopleurodon was the largest aquatic reptile to ever exist. But even though it was quite big and intimidating, it was not really the largest one. That title belongs to the Shastasaurus, an animal that was not that... That title belongs to the Shastasaurus.
Look at his back fin. It's got like a...
Belongs to the Shastasaurus.
It's got like a mountain and just goes pew, down. How is that normal? It's just
an animal that was not that scary or dangerous, but was
look
definitely
at his eyes. That's funny. Heck.
big. It was about 20 meters long and weighed around 80,000 pounds. It's almost as big as the sperm whales we have today. However, the Shastasaurus was a toothless reptile and it had a very small jaw, which suggested it probably fed by sucking things like a vacuum.
I saved the best for last, but really worked.
Number 1. The blue whale. That's right, once again we have the blue whale at the top. It's really impossible to keep this animal out of this spot. This animal has been, still is, and hopefully will always be the largest animal in the world. I mean, I wouldn't like to see any animal larger than this, but it would be quite interesting. The blue whale can reach a weight of 180 tons and a size of up to 30 meters long. That's about the size of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, which is already one monumental work of architecture. Us humans are just really, really tiny next to this thing. I mean, you think elephants are big. Well, the tongues of the blue whales alone are as heavy as an elephant. Also, the hearts of these big mammals can be as heavy as a car. And you'd think with such a big size they would feed from big animals, but their main diet consists of tiny plankton and small shrimp called krill.
When they say small fish, they go out, they have like a massive, like they can last a long time without food. That's why, and they go out, they find like, I don't know, a good 1 million small shrimp or something. They just gobble them up like it's nothing. It's just so confusing, and it's amazing how they do it, but yeah.
They're decent swimmers, moving at 30 kilometers per hour, and with that impressive size, I'm surprised that they can move that fast. And just in case you've forgotten, or perhaps you don't even know it yet, whales are not fish. they are mammals. Just like dogs, bears, and other hairy animals you see around, and just like those animals, baby whales also need their milk. They can drink up to 600 liters of milk each day, gaining about 90 kilos of weight on
It's a lot of water, man. I could get sick from that.
a daily basis during their first year of life. That explains how they reach their large size in adulthood. The number of blue whales have been decreasing due to the threats of whale hunters, so we hope that does change in the future, as these are just such beautiful creatures. And honestly, I don't think we want to see another animal on this list go extinct, even when their size is so big that it can send chills
Just
down
imagine
my
if all these animals went extinct. That would be brutal as.
spine. What do you think of
So, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Well, I really do. And yeah, like, subscribe. Remember, wait for the new thing, the new channel coming out. Me and the boys making a new channel. And yeah, so like and subscribe to both of them. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.